Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're tackling something shiny.
Gold.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're asking which countries actually use the most gold.
Hmm.
We've got some interesting sources. One main one is actually in Canada.
Right.
And our mission really is to figure out who the key players are and, why they're so into gold.
Yeah, absolutely. And looking at the details, there's a pretty clear front runner.
Okay, don't keep us waiting. Who's top of the charts for gold use?
So, based on this info, it looks like as of early 2024, it's India.
India.
India is number one. So, yeah, that kind of answers the big question straight away.
India leading the pack.
Mm.
Interesting. What else did the material tell us about maybe other big users?
Yeah,
And the reasons behind it. The why is always key.
definitely. Well, it also highlights Iran and Turkey.
Okay.
And for them, gold isn't just, pretty jewelry. It's deeply cultural.
Cultural.
Like it's woven into traditions, big life events, that sort of thing. But it's also seen as a really solid investment, a way to hold on to wealth.
So it's hitting both points, cultural meaning and, well, financial security.
Hmm.
That adds a lot of context. Any other countries where gold is a big deal?
Yeah, we also see pretty strong demand coming out of Saudi Arabia and Thailand.
And is it a similar story there?
Looks like it. Very similar dynamics to Iran and Turkey, actually. A combination of loving gold jewelry and seeing it as a safe bet for investment.
Right. So that cultural plus investment theme seems quite common in several regions. But I think our sources mentioned something about developed countries having a slightly different take.
Exactly. So Germany and the United States pop up. They're described as developed countries here.
Uh-huh.
And while jewelry is still part of it, they also use a significant amount of gold in, well, industry.
Industry. Like what?
Think electronics components, medical technology, aerospace, areas where gold's specific physical properties are frankly essential.
Wow. Okay.
So that shows a whole different side to gold's value, beyond just wearing it or saving it.
That really does broaden the picture. It's not just sentiment or personal wealth. It's a functional material in these advanced economies. Did the source mention anything about India's neighbors?
It did, yeah. It points to China,
Okay.
identified as a neighboring country, and it notes that China shares that strong cultural connection to gold for jewelry.
And investment too.
And investment too, yes,
Uh-huh.
much like India. So you sort of see this regional similarity, this shared value placed on gold for cultural and economic reasons.
Makes sense. So if we were to boil it down for someone listening, what are the main takeaways here?
Okay, first off, India is currently the world's biggest gold consumer. That's clear.
Got it.
Second, the reasons are diverse. For many countries like India, China, Iran, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, it's deeply tied to culture and tradition, plus being a key investment tool.
Right. The cultural and investment drivers.
But then you've got places like Germany and the US, where on top of that, industrial and technological uses are also really significant factors.
So the why changes depending on where you look. Old traditions, modern finance, cutting-edge tech needs. It's all in the mix.
Precisely, which actually brings up a pretty interesting question to leave people with.
Oh, go on.
Well, thinking about all these different drivers we've just talked about, culture, investment, industry, what could global gold demand look like in the future?
Hmm.
How might things like changing cultural values or big economic shifts or even new technological breakthroughs, how might all that reshape who wants gold and why down the road?
That's definitely something to chew on. Lots of moving parts.
For sure.
Well, thanks for digging into this with us. A fascinating look at gold around the world.
My pleasure.
And thanks to everyone listening to this deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.